3. And we're live. And we're live. And we're gonna remix up
Yes, we are live.
What happened?
I gotta figure out how to make a good transition from like feeding the ducks to this, like it goes from 0 to 1,000 real quick. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, everyone. How's everyone doing today? What a great week we've had so far. It's gonna be a hot day today too.
Heat wave for the rest of the couple of days.
My God, it is short weather all day. Short weather all day. Jesus Lord.
Yeah, good thing we're doing this live right now from like here up, man, because it's
What are you wearing?
Because it's hot outside. Hot outside, man. I gotta listen. You tell me it's hot, I start sweating.
Jesus
like that's
Lord.
how bad it is. Like so I need to make sure that I'm,
Good morning, everybody. Let me make sure my light is adjusted. Thank you for tuning in. All right. So today we're going to talk about, where to get leads. Whether you're going to get them for free, whether you're going to pay for it. It would be great if you guys could chime in. Let me just open up my comment to see who is actually typing in and giving us some ideas, additional ideas. You never know. I mean, there are plenty of stuff you guys can do because I'm sure everybody felt this shift. It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting
the days of breathing and just getting a deal are over. But it's okay. Let's not panic because it's just back to business.
Don't scare them like that, Gigi. Don't scare them like that.
Why would I be scaring anybody? We had 2.5 years of amazing, easy market. It was like unbelievable, right?
Yeah. Now it's back to the grind, doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing.
It's just back to business as usual.
Absolutely.
A little bit of adjustments in the rate, a little bit of the economy scaring us, recession. I don't know about that. Let's not panic. Let's just do what we need to do.
That's true.
It's a fact. All right. We're hearing so much about the craziness. Now they're talking about the monkeypox. Listen, folks, we need to buckle down and stop monkeying around. All right. We need to make sure.
I have one question for monkeypox. Everybody's scared, but isn't it contracted after you have contacts?
Yes.
Well, speaking of contacts, so the good thing about that is that
thanks for bringing up contacts.
Right. So speaking of contacts, what I love about this topic is that, the more contacts you have, the more you can actually start finding leads. And actually, ladies and gentlemen, one thing is about leads is that there's always those 3 ways, right? So you have either you wait for it, you go after it, or you just go pay for it,
Exactly.
And either way, I would say somewhat works, but let's just be honest. If you wait for it, you're not going to you're not going to generate as much as you want.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So as far as that, when you go after it, there's so many different ways you can go after it. Obviously, making sure that you are speaking to so many people per day, so many new people per day. And I'm not speaking about just 2-3 people. I'm talking about double-digit numbers here. We're talking about 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50. You have to make sure that you get to the point of actually speaking to so many people so that you can actually know who are your people that you're not going to work with and the people that you are going to work with. And these are the leads you're going to work with later on.
Preach, brother, preach. Here you go.
No.
So let's jump right into it.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is your most favorite source of business at this point in your career? Because you've been doing this for a while. Right now, what is the best source for you? What is the most, what is giving you the best results?
Actually, I have 2. So pretty much just being on the phones. Once you're on the phone, you speak to people, you prospect in that sort of way. You speak to old clients, you follow up with them. And for those that say that they weren't ready then, we'll be ready now. So those are pretty much how I'm working out my deals right now, in that sense that just yesterday, I was on the phones prior to even going to the office. And, again, I pretty much woke up a good 5 leads right away. So That's how I'm doing it. How are you doing it, Edward?
That's true.
So for
Yes.
me, I like that question. I really do like that question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Huge, good question. Now let me stop. But no, what I actually like to do is, and this is something that is mentioned. If you're a seasoned agent, one thing that we're always looking for and are blessed for is referral business. So right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm hitting my sphere of influence heavy. I've
Mm-hmm.
managed to generate a good relationship with the managing company where they're at the point of just they've been referring me business left and right. Through
Right.
them, I've actually been referred about, I think, 5 or 6 different properties out of the 5 or 6 that I've gotten referred. One of them they just haven't moved forward with listing the property at all. And what I always like to mention about this is, look, if you can get to them, I know people hate co-ops. Right now, one thing I will tell you is, guess what? Interest rates are high, prices are through the roof. What do you think people are looking to do? They're going to settle for the next best thing. What's the next best thing? You know what? I'm gonna just live over here in the area. These apartments are affordable, and that's what I want to do. I want to buy something. So in that instance, like I said, if you link up with managing companies and you start to invest, what's the investment that I did? I invested some time.
Right.
I went there, showed face. Hey, how you doing? My name is so and so. I'm working with
Right.
one of your shareholders. Are you the point of contact? Right. I introduced myself. The other part about that was, guess what? I brought some coffee and donuts. Wasn't crazy, but you know what? Brought some coffee and donuts. Kept building the rapport. Kept building the relationship. Spent time with her. I had an applicant come by. I presented the application, and I was like, "Listen, this is who we got coming through the door. I want a second pair of eyes on this. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is something good?" And the fact that I involved her through a lot of these transactions, she now feels like, guess what? I can rely on
It's
this guy
important. Yeah.
because he knows what we're looking for. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So after that, what did I do? Bought some pizza, bought some lunch, brought some food. Super was getting it. Maintenance crew was getting it. Guess what? Now they know who I am.
That's
Right.
great.
So
That's
all
great.
of that started, I'll tell you right now, all of that started back in October of last year, because it's funny.
Yeah.
I closed out on the listing that took a little longer than it needed to, but I posted it on Instagram. And this was actually what opened the door for me into this management company. You know what I mean? So invest your time, folks. Put some time into it. I know
Invest
it's
in
scary,
people. Yeah.
but yeah, the minute people know that you actually care about what
Yeah.
they have going on and you're invested, they're going to invest in you. So she constantly says it, and I keep saying, "Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it." And she's like, all she says is, "No, listen, I'm only referring you because I know you're getting the job done."
Mm-hmm. I'm going to quote Coach Michael Burt. He says, "You don't need more money, you need more people." Right? So all those
Absolutely.
leads, all those people that you're actually getting connections with into, new relationship, like professional
Yeah.
relationships, those are super
Right.
important. I'm thankful to say that not so much management companies, but some board presidents who would refer me to some homeowners, because again, the same thing, we discuss files before they even go to management. We discuss the viability. We discuss what the
Right.
board is looking for, the changes and stuff. If there might be any potential problem on the listing, like we can share stuff, and it's very important to ensure that we're selling at the top price for that shareholder. We're making sure the board is happy. We're making sure we're getting in the people that they're really looking for, the financial criteria of the shareholders they want in the building, and it's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good.
And what
It's
actually helps,
Mm.
I mean, when we're speaking about buildings, that's a great attribute that you guys are doing as far as speaking to board presidents. I mean, I actually have a couple board presidents as well, management that I speak to as well.
Mhm.
And it's good to have those in your pockets, right? But then there are markets out there that deal with a lot of houses and
Yeah.
multifamily, and I think that if you take the initiative, again, going after it, right, is taking the initiative of being the mayor of the town, in the sense of now always putting yourself out there,
Mhm.
every other week or every other month or so, just to make sure that people have you on top of mind of their own
Yeah.
minds, in that sense of putting out flyers. What is the market updates? Farming your own market and letting everybody in your own family and friends know that you're out there. Give them a gratitude text. Send them something that they can always keep you in mind of saying, "Hey, listen, I know someone that's looking to actually, buy or sell or invest into another property. So it is very important. Again, if you're in the market of houses, be the mayor of town. And if you're in buildings, try to figure out, I mean, who are the people that can actually hook you up with more listings within those complexes or those buildings. However, I've been successful with that too, because honestly, when you go to areas, especially when you have a listing in that area, or if you have a buyer that's looking for a listing within those areas, it's good to actually go out there and just shop around for them, right? As far as buyers, go out there. We're not allowed to door knock. I get that, but the point is, just by putting out a flyer and saying, "Hey, listen, I have a buyer that's looking to buy. What do you have?" Right? People are going to open their doors. People are going to open their mouths. People are going to talk to you. They're going to let you know what neighbor's been around, which one has been ordered, which one's been, abandoned home, so on and so forth. So do that. Get out there. Today is hot. Wear some shorts. Get some good water. Put a hydro pack on you, and just go do that.
A hydro pack? It's something with water?
Or a hat, too. Oh, hydro pack?
You never seen those?
Oh, those are the best.
They're good for camping. They're good for camping. You can fill them up. It's almost like a bladder. You can fill up like a bladder full of water, and then you have like
a water pillow.
No. It's
for drinking, not sleeping. It's for drinking, not sleeping.
In Bouillot, I don't know. Anyway, no, I mean those are great. I mean, let's go. I mean, I'll go
Before we jump into that, because clearly what we're speaking on is based off of like experience, right? We got some skin in the game. There's some years behind our belt, right? Yeah. It's funny. I was talking at the closing yesterday. I was talking to the attorney. He asked me how long I've been in the business. I said since 2018. He says it hasn't been that long, and I said during COVID it felt like forever. To be honest, I feel like there's so much time that we've spent there, but the people that came out of that, you know what I mean, are a lot better, and hence. The productivity that we have today is showing, right? But before we get to that point, because clearly there's probably people that are on this that are watching, maybe they just got into real estate, they just got to a brokerage, they really don't know the steps to take. Maybe they don't even have the money to go and invest in these type of things.
Maybe you don't need money, you need people.
Yeah. So what would you what would you say as far as the next step would be?
It's always going to be the same thing. You're a brand new agent.
Keep it to like 3 ideas. No, 3 ideas. Like what are top three ideas that you would give, or advice that you would give to a new agent who's coming aboard for the first time? I want to ask Gigi that question, and I want to ask Israel that question.
My top three. Okay. Open houses. Volunteer to do open houses. Do not expect to be paid the selling commission payout. Volunteer to do this so you can actually get leads. All right. There will be only one buyer per property. So you may, if you're going to advertise it along with the listing agent, you're going to go back and advertise on your social media and think out of the box and advertise it in different ways, run some flyers, invite the neighbors, and so on and so forth. You will get free leads. When you're brand new, volunteer to run open houses every single weekend. Do a couple of hours, Saturday, Sunday, switch up, apartment, condos, co-ops, houses. You need to pair up with another agent is great. Pair up with a vendor that's going to help you with the flyer. Organize yourself a little bit ahead of time. Number 2, your sphere of influence. You have a phone, you have contacts. You can say, oh, the people I know don't have houses. Well, your grandma may have a house. Her friends may be wanting to sell. Maybe grandma needs to know you're in real estate, and maybe grandma needs to know that you have that will to make it, right? And the third one would be get into those referral groups, whether it's from our organization at the Realty on Workplace. We have those fantastic referral groups. Be seen, and be open to receiving referrals from other agents. Go into professional meetup groups as well. Get referrals. Those are, you're going to pay out a little bit in the end to the agent, but that's how you're going to build your business and your relationships. Those are my 3 top things.
That's pretty good. I honestly, I think those are really good to go with. if I were to, I mean, those would probably be the top three I would use too. But let's go, I guess, another direction. Um, so one, I would actually say, besides the open house, is really get out the shell of not being a secret agent. All right, so get out the shell and ask your team lead or broker, all right, for the back of the book of context that they have. That means back of the book is meaning that these people are the long nurturers that they're working with. These are the ones that they're actually not even, they're not in the front. They're not even talking to them. They're just there. So get the back of the book context, which is going to be about over 1,000 or so, and call those folks right away.
Revive them.
Just yeah, exactly. Just get on the phones. Get on the phones and start calling them. Right. If your team, all right, is already part of a way to generate some like FISBOs or expires, call those. Right. Start calling those people, and then get into the phone calls right away. Part of that as well is the fact that you can also, not only call those, but like you said, Gigi, just do a open house and pretty much start doing sphere of influence, knock those out, be the mayor of town. But again, it's not being not being a secret agent, right? And learn your scripts. Okay. Right. And last but not least, do not count your pennies when I say this. Do not count your pennies or your pebbles or your rocks when I say this. But accept the fact, all right, of getting some kind of help from lead generation companies. All right, there are a lot of lead generation companies that will just pretty much want to, will give you some leads like Obsidies and all these other guys, and get those leads, take those leads, but you will have to pay for them at the end, anyways. Yeah. So I would actually say be helpful to those. Say yes.
So they are Obsidy. You have Fast Expert.
Yep.
You have Homelight.
Yep.
You have Upnest. So all
Zillow.
Those where you pay at Zillow, you pay up front, right? So you have to pay a monthly thing. What was it? Was it Redfin or what was it? There was another one. I think you could be a partner with Redfin and pay at the end. I think I hope it's still there. But there are many stuff like don't count your penny. As many leads as you can get, whether you're going to have to pay for it. Ask other agents, you have to pay a referral fee, and that's only fair, and just get your foot in the door. It's brilliant.
And to piggyback on that is that when you have those kind of generational companies to go with, don't just think that that's the one person you just have to work with. Remember, you can branch out with that one person. Remember what I said in the beginning, that if that buyer all of a sudden is looking for that particular house in a particular area, ladies and gentlemen, you can go out there and look for that house for that buyer. And now you're building on your database of listings and sellers. So now this buyer that's coming from a generation company is only one person compared to the hundreds that you're going to be speaking to later.
Yeah.
So what about you, Ed? What do you think? What would be your company that we haven't said yet?
I wouldn't want to beat a dead horse because now this is turning into the top 9.
It's okay though.
That was great. That's great.
Listen,
those are top 9.
You guys have good points, good ideas. I mean, there's really nothing else that I can add to that. I mean,
yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You can because your generation social media. Go for it.
There you go.
There you go.
So here's my top 3 then. No, so listen, I mean, it's true. We are in a day and age where guess what? Everybody is looking at their phone for every single thing, from the news, weather, Instagram, social media, so on and so forth. Checking your emails, you can get it at your fingertips. So yes, because of the fact that that is free advertisement, you should take 110% advantage of your social media platforms. I don't care if you got one friend or 10,000 friends. The whole way, I don't know if you heard the story, but when Facebook started, Mark Zuckerberg just hit up all his friends. 5 people showed up and shebang, you got Facebook, which is what it is today. I remember at one point I heard that if Facebook was a country, it'd be like the 7th largest country. I think today that is probably like in the top 3. You know what I mean? So social media is definitely big. Would I solely rely on social media? Heck no. So my second part of that would be like Israel said before, I'm a people person. I like to get in front of people. I like to have conversations. So I like door knocking. If I go out there, I hit a door, I speak to people, people come out. Sometimes the conversations might be weird. Funny story. Israel and I went door knocking in Howard Beach. We met a very, very nice older man, cool guy, great conversation. The only problem was I don't think he had any feeling on his tip of his nose because it was cold out. I'm not even gonna lie, it was cold out.
I remember him too.
But my guy was drip. He had like it was just there, and it would not drip off, and he wouldn't even wipe it.
Where
you know
are
what
you?
I mean? Am I still there? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
I hear you. I see you.
All right, it's all right. You don't need to see me. You can hear me. But that's basically the story that I think she froze. Actually, we're probably gonna lose Gigi. So that's something that I enjoy doing. Gigi, we got you back. So that's something.
Oh, it was me. I thought it was you guys. I'm like, no, what's up? My internet is on. Okay, I guess it's my internet in Forest Hills.
Yeah. So I'm not. So finishing it off with that. That was my top. That was my number 2. Number 2 is get out there, door knock. All right. I know we're not allowed to, but look, guess what? If you had a sale recently, or even if your team had a sale recently, right? Utilize that. Go out there, hit some doors, meet some of your neighbors. Right. The best place that you can start at is in your own backyard. All right. Why? You know that area. You've lived there. You probably, if you have kids, you know the schools in the area. You know whether they're, well, I'm not going to say good or bad, but you already know the school ratings in your neighborhood, right? You know the local businesses. You know where to go to eat. So why not start there, right? And then lastly, number 3 is, I know everybody hates it, but hit the phones.
Absolutely.
All right? It's an experience of a lifetime. I know it's scary. I remember hearing that. The top 2 things people are scared of, right? If number 1, do you know what it is? Public speaking. People are scared. Mm-hmm. That's number 1 on the list. Public speaking, they're scared to do it. Number 2 is they're scared of dying. So what does that mean? People are more scared to give the eulogy than to be the person inside the coffin, right? So don't be that person. What are they going to do over the phone? Punch you through the phone? We haven't gotten that far yet. I know that they're trying to come up with a computer that the smell of whatever you're eating can come through digitally. Don't know how that's going to happen. Maybe in the future. But they can't hit you, right? So what does that mean? Make the call. They might curse you out. They might hang up on you. Call them back. Tell them, hey, I think the line got disconnected. You know, they're going to tell you straight up, no, I hung up on you. Okay, whatever. You know, it is what it is, but you learn from that. And that's the only way you can sharpen your skill on the phones. That's the only way you can sharpen your skills when you're meeting with people. And that's going to make you a better sales agent when you're working in the field. Absolutely. So those are my top 3.
Good job. Absolutely. I completely agree to all those. I mean, it's actually, yes, you are still here.
You can see you now. Now you're moving. Before you were stuck. You were like this, Gigi.
So one of the things that another thing is also, remember how I mentioned earlier, you know, wait for it, right? So another sort of, I hate to bring this up, especially when it comes to wait for it. One of the great things to sort of wait for it, where it's, you know, high communication, very low response on this. I hate to bring this up, especially when it comes. Okay, I can hear myself twice. Perfect. Yeah! So
I got Gigi back.
So we got her
I'm
back.
trying not to lose a beat here. I'm like, oh my goodness, it was so good. I know.
So where I was going to go is the infamous snail mail, right? The infamous snail mail is really a good way. Oh my God.
She froze again. She got damn it, we lost her.
The infamous way of doing it is pretty much actually really, really quick in the sense of creating marketing updates, creating flyers, creating things that you are pretty much out there. And if you think about it, let's just say that you're in a building that has over 125 or 100 homes, for an example, right? If there's 100 units in there at 60 cents, I think it is, right? It says 60 cents right now. Mm-hmm. So at 60 cents per stamp.
Building or development, like housing development.
Yeah, let's just call it for building for now, right? Yeah. Building for now, or 100 houses in the area. 60 cents per mailers is about $60 or so, right? For $60 to get an $8,000 check, I mean, hello,
yeah,
hello,
yeah.
You know, in a certain way, you want to. I mean, if you're in the market of waiting for it, that you obviously 100 is not going to be enough, but obviously you need more. But the point that I'm trying to make with that is, if you're in that secret service market, like you don't want to move too much, you just want to put out flyers or put out this, as far as snail mail, that's a great way of doing it.
Yeah, I think it's a good. I mean, it's always a good idea. I do. I can say, like, from one actually mass email to people in a condo I had just put a unit on the contract with. I just got another listing, which we are going on the contract, and nice. The person that person didn't really know me, and she reached out through my CRM on KVCO, which was I thought was brilliant. Like I put out a nice little flyer, send it to the people on my list, and she just replied, and I was like, wow, there you go. And it was a flyer like, here, this is what your neighbor just went into contract on, and we're on the market for a month, and we went close to asking, and market is still hot, and that was it. Yeah.
See, I like that because that's basically what I'm trying to think of and create at this point in time, is because of all the business that I'm getting from that particular building. I'm now trying to create an advertisement where, instead of it being multiple properties, now I'm honing in who I'm advertising on, which is in this apartment complex, and they're gonna literally see apartments that are similar to theirs that have sold, went under contract, accepted offer, hitting the market, coming soon. And it's like, come on, if I'm doing this, it's only the right thing to do, which is to call me.
And if you don't have any listings, get a plan. Say, here, I'd like to be in this area. I know, Omar, I see you watching us. Like, like, create your farm area and ask permission for somebody in organization that just sold a listing, if you could advertise that sold listing, and then you could always work something out. Say, you know what, I'm brand new, I'm going to pair with you and go on the next listing I'm getting in the area. And trust me, that agent will be glad to help you.
So, right. And speaking of that, actually, thanks for bringing that up. It's one last thing. I mean, as far as taking some of our piggy banks, to the market kind of thing, is when you actually have properties, when you're in a team, or when you're actually in a great organization as us and in EXP, is when you're posting a property, when you're doing squeeze pages. We're allowed to do squeeze pages as part of our situation, right? We're able to do boosting properties. I can tell you right now that I just did one for 2 weeks ago. I did 2 of them actually, and I got over 40 people in, out of, generating that kind of clientele. Now, you actually have that ability. Is it going to cost money? Of course it is.
A little bit.
But again, what costs is a little in this case, it's the point of trying to generate more out of it, right? So, the point is that you can actually grab properties, you can boost the properties, you can advertise the properties, and then use it in that sense. Because what happens is that a lot of your pretty much friends and families are going to think, oh my God, this person's making a lot of money, man. They're making a lot of moves.
Yeah.
Man, how many listings do they have? I can't wait. I got to talk to them. How's the market? And of course, that's one of my favorite questions is, how's the market doing? Because that opens up a great door of, let me take care of that business real quick for you.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But I mean, there are other, let me see what other ideas, let me see what we had. Actually, I just came across this article from our CRM follow-up boss. Let's see if they have anything more of a value partner with a lender or an attorney. Yep. After a few years, yep. Landing pages, dripping her secret. I'm not gonna,
so volunteer. The truth comes out.
You know what? And this is actually a good one. I don't know if I was off the grid for a little bit. Volunteer, speak at or attend free community event. If
Absolutely.
You belong to a church, why don't you do a first buyer seminar? Or like, even with the current things changing with the rates, the different type of programs that people could get into, partner up with a good mortgage lender that has that thinks outside the box and have a lot of program. What else is nice? That is very good. The blogging could be a nice way of generating business as well. And again, it takes time, just like us. I mean, obviously, we're not doing this to generate any income. It's more about giving to our community, And that's an interesting one. Answering questions on Quora. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't heard
answering
of that.
questions on Quora, but I like the fact that you just mentioned that, because that also touches into, look, if regardless of the matter where you are in this real estate career, you should now start to create some type of video messages, informative videos, like Gigi just mentioned. And it's funny because I was actually going to mention that right after. And look, there's no reason why you can't read an article and then summarize it and put out a quick little 30-minute video about the market.
Not even that. You could do just get your opinion on something that could have outraged you or amazed you, or do like, even if it's a 5-10 minutes.
I'm sorry. I meant 30-second video. 30-second video.
Oh yeah.
I just realized I said 30 minutes.
Exactly. 30 minutes.
It's like a reel. It's like a reel. Quick little reel.
Do a 1 minute reel.
You can clip these videos to fit the 30 seconds. You can edit them, and that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, there was a point in time where I remember we were going through social media and everything was about professionally taking these videos and photos. Now it's more like people enjoy watching amateur content.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You know what? It's got more heart. It's not that scripted. Yes, it may not be perfect. Just like what we're giving out right now. It may not be perfect. We may not have the perfect lighting. We don't have the filters. But who cares? It's actually, I've heard from past clients in my sphere and current clients telling me I'm not always able to watch your content when you guys go live, but because it's out there, I go back to it. And I do like the fact that you give us complete transparency of what real estate business is and should be about. And it made me feel warm and fuzzy. It's like, wow, awesome. Like maybe we're doing something good.
I remember when we got a call. I got a call from somebody through your sphere of influence that's following you on Facebook, and then she told me, she's like, oh my God, thank you so much. She's not even a part of our team. She's not a part of our brokerage, but she said, the fact that you guys are putting out this information is helping her. She said, we're actually providing her more education than her own brokerage was.
Right.
And I said, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Because in all honesty, and maybe we're being humble, it doesn't feel like a lot. It doesn't feel like it's a big thing. But for someone who's coming in, like I remember when I would ask you guys questions, right? When I first started, I would come on to you guys and not in a bad way, but I mean, in a business way, and say, hey, like, is there some information you can help me on? You know what I mean? Like, and I remember Izzy was always down to go door knocking with me. We would go out there, we would hammer it. And that's how I had to generate business in the beginning. You know what I mean? Everyone hates it.
No, it's not. I think if you guys had the perfect pair, and I think you made it like a nice number one. You got plenty of fresh air. You got your steps in. You got to meet people. You are able to power a little bit. I think that's brilliant. So I can't wait until we in our state can come back and do that. But it doesn't. If you have neighbors that nothing is stopping you from going to talk to them.
Absolutely, and don't let the weather stop you either. Because I mean, I can tell you right now. And do you remember the weather that how cold it was that day?
Listen, for that guy to have a little drip that looked like was freezing on his nose.
That was warm that day.
Man, we had gloves. I lost my gloves that day. So, I don't know where my gloves are.
It was a February, just real quick. It was a February time. I think it was like 20 degrees that day.
Maybe.
Oh my God.
And we're climbing the stairs. You remember this?
My toes went numb.
Woo, jeez. Oh my God.
You guys had some courage. Yeah, that's nice though. That's good. That's good.
And I'm gonna throw it out there. We were in Howard Beach. Now you know Howard Beach, okay?
I'm not saying anything.
It's me and Israel walking through the streets of Howard Beach. you know. So, but it was cool. We you do icebreakers, man. You got to make it fun. You can't just always knock on somebody's door formally and be like, "Hey, my name is Ed. I'm with EXP."
You can't be robotic.
Right. Have fun with it. Have fun with it.
Who is that?
Yeah.
You know,
you guys. I mean, now you guys have mastered like the art of the conversation. Like we're dealing with human beings. Have a conversation. Make it about real estate. Make it about the person. You don't have to sound robotic and scripted. Although you should have a script. You should. And I know Israel is going to stress on this, and he's absolutely right. You know.
You gotta have a script. No matter, you gotta practice it. You gotta role play. I mean, record yourself, look yourself in the mirror, talk to your dogs, talk to your cats, talk to your family members, talk to everybody, talk to a tree. All right, you're gonna look crazy, but still talk to somebody, right?
Just have earpods on.
Make sure that you're actually learning the scripts, because I can tell you right now, I've been through a couple of script practices with some folks, and it's been freestyling and non-freestyle, and I'm like, whoa, you sound like I can see where I can hang up on you right now. Yeah. And I help out, right? So you definitely need to have a script so that you can actually know the kind of questions you want to ask the buyers and sellers that you're going to be working with.
Yeah.
Right. And also, not only that, but also, you know, something that we also kind of touch base, which was when you're doing the mayor of the town kind of thing, you're going to talk to storefront people. You know, you're going to talk to pizzas. You're going to talk to the bodega person. You're going to talk to the supermarket person. You know, get in contact with them. See how you can actually advertise your information to them, or how you can help them produce their business a little higher. So promote their business a little higher. So pretty much, these are things that you want to do. These are things you want to be out there. Again, being a secret agent is not the best thing to do, but you definitely, you know, it's definitely a good thing to get out there and meet people.
Yeah. So let's not have a whole hour, because there are so many other ways you can.
These people don't want to listen to us for another half hour, man. So let's not even do it. Let's not kill them.
We got like about 10. We got about 10 ideas, right? That are
10. I think we gave them a whole 25.
Maybe more. Yeah, but those 10 for free, 10 for free that you should be doing every day. Spend a couple of hours, just a couple of hours every day. See how much your life is going to change. Absolutely. You know, like yesterday, Vincent had a mastermind talking about Agent X getting in 25 contacts every day. That should be taking you about 2 hours. That's the secret sauce. Talk to people. That's all.
Yes.
Have conversation, follow up in not just to say what's up, bring value, you know, learn the methodology behind all those sales skills. Go ahead, Israel. Yeah.
I was just going to end it with, at least at my end, something Ryan Stern has said, and I remember this quote, and I hope I say it verbatim, is every day you have 1,440 minutes. You know, and if you look at them, and if you look at each minute as dollars, you should invest it wisely, right? So invest each day wisely. Make sure that you get in there and, you know, lead gen, get some more clients, put some more people in front of you, start talking to as many people as you can, you know, do as many open houses as you can. Try to get out there on social media, you know, preview properties, just get out there. And you will be very, very successful.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's it.
So thank you. Olivia wanted us to know that this was her.
Oh.
This was her.
Right. Yes, okay. Thank you, Olivia.
Yeah. Thank you, Olivia.
Oh, who's the MVP today?
Oh,
is
man.
It? I think I know.
We got a drum roll. This one.
The
so
MVP for the day is Omar.
Oh, let's go,
Omar.
Congratulations. Most valuable post.
Awesome.
Thank you, Omar.
Thank you, Olivia. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
We appreciate chiming in. Who else was there? Chun, thank you as well.
Yeah,
for chiming in.
So much. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
We wish everybody a cool Friday, but a wonderful weekend. And hey, listen, stay productive, stay amazing, and we look forward to working with everyone soon.
See you next time.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, it's Friday, baby. Welcome to the weekend. It's a sprinkler right here.
Okay, that's sprinkler.
Bye, guys.
What's that the earwax one?
The earwax sprinkler. Oh, that's me taking the call and walking out the room. Hey, excuse me. Hey, excuse me. Hey. You already know.
Bye.
We want the